Hi, I'm Zoog from Angelspit. We are currently working on our new album, making bass sounds from Planet Doom, which is in your pants. We're going to show you how to do some really cool, bizarre, fucked up modular tricks using this lead. Begin. What we have here is a really standard kind of bass. Not really doing anything interesting. It's just like one oscillator and one filter, and it's all very fun. But what we're going to look at doing is how can we fuck it up a bit? Ooh, how can we make it a bit more exciting by not using distortion? Like, distortion is really cool, but what can you use besides distortion to make it sound sick? The first one we're going to use is filter modulation. Dig this. Filter modulation is when we take an output from an LFO and we're going to take that output and plug it into the filter. It won't be used as a piece of audio, it'll be used as a signal, and it will be opening and closing the filter at the speed that we decide as per the LFO. So if it's a really fast LFO, it'll be opening and closing everything really quickly. If it's a slow one, it'll open and close it very slowly. This is what it sounds like. This is coming out of my LFO. Let's stick it in there. Now, dig the difference in sound. If I turn it down, that's quite a low LFO. Hear it opening and closing. We speed it up. So that's something really fun you can fuck around with. Oh yeah. Now remember, you can do all of this stuff using a soft synth that you can have on your computer. The other really cool thing you can do is, instead of plugging the LFO, really fast output doobie, into the filter, you can plug it into the oscillator. So here's my output. And what this is doing is basically multiplying the rate of the LFO into the rate of the oscillator. Cool, huh? The really interesting thing about an analog oscillator is it is always constantly outputting a waveform. Whether you got the note on or off, it doesn't matter. When you push the note on, you might actually open the volume of that halfway through the note cycle, or it might be closed or open or whatever. When you do a note on sync, you take the gate output from your envelope generator, from your note on, and you plug this into the sync input of your oscillator. And what that will do is that when you get the note on signal, it will tell the oscillator to turn on. It gives the tiniest little snap. Hard syncing. Okay, you're going to need two oscillators, a master and a slave. The master is the one that is physically producing the note, and the slave is the one that's going to be doing the syncing. For the master, I'm going to be using a standard oscillator. For the slave, I'm using an LFO. Here's what happens. I take a square output and I put it in the reset. It's as simple as that. Now what's going to happen is that each waveform it generates, it's going to tell this LFO to reset. So that is to start its cycle again. But here's the cool thing. This guy could be sending out 440 cycles per second, or 440 hertz. This guy could be doing 1,000. So that means that this guy's going to be doing approximately 2.5 waveforms when it gets the reset message. And it's doing them like 1,000 times a second. So what that results in is a really cool harmonic. It just adds a really nice fatness to it. So these are just some of the tricks that we use to make a bass sound a bit kind of different. things to do besides just starting it. If you have some suggestions or some ideas, jump on our forum, which is crunkhouse.net/forum, or go to angelspit.net/blipvert, and there's bunches of other bits and pieces on there about the shit that we talk about and stuff. Rock.